Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel if you are new here, and welcome back if you are a returning viewer. I appreciate all kinds of viewers. If you are one of the people that are repeatedly clicking on my videos and leaving likes and comments occasionally, I do appreciate it. Any kind of interaction is really appreciated. It goes a long way. I have had quite a few subscribers recently. Nothing crazy. Nonetheless, I really do appreciate it. Even the amount I've had, it's not a massive amount, but more than I expected at this stage. So yeah, I really do appreciate it. Today, we're just going to be watching the NA Full Invitational final between GenG and FaZe. GenG absolutely stomped the Full Invitational in North America. Nobody looked like they were close to them. Maybe they were playing with a bit of freedom because they knew they had already qualified for the upcoming major. But either way, they looked miles ahead of the competition, far exceeding what I predicted them. I predicted them to bail out in the semis against G2. They swept G2, and they were better than FaZe in the final as well, sweeping them, and that's what we're going to watch. How did they sweep FaZe? How did they make it look so easy? Well, we're going to be on board here with Noli for this game, and then the next 3 games will just sort of go between Appjack and Chronic. So let's watch this series then. Whole series, full series, 4 games. Obviously, GenG sweeping FaZe. It's only 4 games. We're going to be on board with Noli, as I've said. And let's see how GenG made it look so easy. I mean, game 1, they came out of the blocks really fast, as you'll see when we watch this here. They just look so... I mean, from what I saw, I watched the final. I have already seen the final. It looks so much faster than the opposition, and just sort of playing with a bit more freedom, a bit more aggression. Maybe it's the playstyle difference. Of course, apparently Jack and Nolly from EU originally. Well, they are from EU. They've obviously moved over to NA for this season. Whether they'll stay there or not, I don't know. But maybe it is just the sort of style, the way they play. I mean, EU is always known to be a bit more, I think, kind of messy, if you like, but in a good way. It's kind of ball chasey and aggressive, whereas NA, that's already 1-0 there. I think Chronic's sliding that one home. It's already known that EU is a bit more, I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of more chaotic, I guess, but it's effective. FaZe equalised there. You'll see that might be the only goal they score in this particular match. And with NA as well, the difference with them to EU is NA, I feel like, and this has sort of changed over the recent years, but I feel like they've always tried to play kind of perfect Rocket League, maybe a bit too perfect at times. I think that's what NRG are guilty of at the moment. But EU have always been that kind of messy, scrappy kind of region, and I think Middle East bring that better than anyone sometimes at the moment as well. They've come into that sort of role as well. And I think that's why EU have largely had the better of NA over the course of Rocket League RLCS. Just a bit more fearless. Not even that. It's just a bit more scrappy, and they catch the opposition off guard a bit more. And I think that's what Nolly and Appjack bring with this team. And Chronic as well. You know, he is from NA. He was born in England, I think, from what I've heard. But he is American. He was born in England, but he goes under an American nationality. But I feel like he complements Appjack and Nolly. I mean, that's a great goal there, great layout from Chronic to Appjack. He complements them so well. And at the moment, if anything, he's probably the top performing player on this team. I mean, they're all playing really well. Nolly, Appjack, Chronic, they're all playing amazing Rocket League. It's the best I've seen Appjack play. And I think Nolly was very good on Carmine Cup last year. But it's probably the best he's played as well, I think he would agree. And obviously Chronic knew. It's a great save from Nolly there, a bit of a pre-jump save. Chronic new to the 3v3 scene. Well, he's not new to it, but he's new to this sort of level of RLCS, being right at the top right now. And he's just making it look easy. That's an open net for Chronic. Slots it home for 3-1. Chronic's making it look easy in every game he plays. He looks so comfortable. You know, there's a bit of talk of him being kind of a nervous player. In my eyes, watching him play, he doesn't look it at all. As you can see there, cool as ice. Took a couple of touches with the ball, flicks it over the FaZe defender, makes it look really easy. He could have easily rushed that shot, but he didn't. Took his time, slots it in the top right. Yeah, I do think Chronic just complements Appjack and Nolly very well. Complements the kind of EU playstyle. It's a great break from Nolly. tries to go for the bump as well. Nearly connects with it on missed, actually. That would have been quite a cheeky goal, and probably a frustrating one to concede for FaZe. Abjack's going to kind of pre-jump this. I think Nolly wanted the double though. Chronic momentarily alone, but he goes quickly to defend the ball. Cuts out any threat of a counter-attack there from FaZe. Couldn't find my words there. Apparently Jack's just gone and got a double demo and Chronic's missed the ball. Chronic had too much time there, and he didn't know what to do with it. 4-1 though for GenG, and they just look like they're having fun. And I think they probably are at this point, you know, that, like I said, they know that they've qualified for the major at this point. Coming into the NA full Invitational, they had already qualified, so they knew that they could have a bit of fun with it. Obviously, they still want to finish strong, right? You want to dominate, right? You want to be the #1 seed. You want to be the best player, the best team, I should say, in your region. So they definitely came into this wanting to win, no doubt, but they can also have a bit of fun with it. FaZe looking to get aggressive, not really doing a good job of it at the moment. GenG do not look phased at all, and that might be going in the top right, not quite, but Nolly finishes it off. Plants it on the top shelf after a slight miss from the apparently Jack shot. It was an awkward one, would have been a great goal if it went in. And like I said, I have watched this series, but I'm going to sort of half cast over it as if I haven't. Sort of half and half cast and just sort of talking. I hope that's alright. I hope I don't do too much talking. For those of you who haven't seen it, I have kind of already spoiled it for you, and I do apologise. But it wasn't the most important final ever, you know. It's a team that have already qualified, absolutely destroying NA's supposedly best team. I don't think FaZe are NA's best team. I don't see how you can say that at all now, or G2 for that matter. NA's best team right now is GenG, and that's a fact. GenG have placed top 2, at least top 2, in every regional so far, and winning one of them, winning the full Invitational. So GenG is, without a doubt, in my mind, the best team in NA, maybe the world at the moment. Honestly, they probably do look like the most polished team in the world at the moment. Falcons also looked pretty good last time I watched them play. They did beat Rule 1 in their regional final. But yeah, I would say GenG probably looking like the best team. That's the end of game 1. 7-1. They complete the Brazil in the first game. So that's already a really bad start for FaZe. Not a good start at all. Let's see how GenG got on in the next 3 games. How comfortable do they really look? Okay, game 2 on Aquadome between GenG and FaZe. We're going to stay on board with Chronic throughout this game. And you'll see that Chronic, how he complements the other 2 players. He is the disruptor in this team, in my opinion. Well, I don't think that's an opinion. I think everybody would agree with that. He is the kind of ball chasey player, the fast player, looking to get in the way, cut rotations, and do a great job of it. And I think that's what every team needs, right? You need that player that's not scared to turn and cut a rotation to stop a counter-attack, stop a play happening. And I think GenG as a whole do that really well, but I think Chronic is the guy that does that the best out of the 3. Yeah, he's just very aggressive. He's not scared to go forward here. He knows he can't get that ball. Okay, Nolly does kind of jump out there. He probably shouldn't have. A little bit messy from GenG so far. They get away with it somehow. But yeah, Chronic would be that kind of player that just falls play. Oh, he's not scared to go up. He's also not scared to smash his head into the crossbar on the way up. Not ideal. Not really what you want to be doing there. But so far they've gotten away with it. Actually, I'm not sure how they haven't conceded. So looking quite messy at the moment. Chronic on his own here, kind of. Abjack's going to be able to cut this. Actually misses the ball, but it doesn't really matter. He kind of fakes the attacker off there on FaZe. That looks like it's headed in. It actually comes off the bar and Nolly clears it. So yeah, they've actually got a way of... I mean, they could have easily conceded, what, 3 or 4 goals in that first minute? Or 3 or 4 strong attempts from FaZe at least, but FaZe not looking like they've got that killer instinct that they had in the first regional. They looked pretty comfortable in the first regional, winning it, as we know, and beating GenG in the final. Reasonably comfortably. I believe that was 4-1 in series overall. Could be wrong. Do correct me if I am wrong. Yeah, let me know what you thought of my prediction videos as well. I will be doing a prediction video for EU this coming weekend once the spreadsheet has been released. I need to stop saying as well. That's another thing I need to stop doing. But I've just done it again. EU next weekend, full invitational. I will be doing the predictions on that. Last time I did the predictions for the N8 full invitational, I did the main event, the Swiss stage I should say, first. And then I didn't do my own playoffs. I sort of waited for the Swiss stage to be played and then done my playoff predictions. I may just do it all in one go this time, but let me know. If you'd prefer me to make 2 videos out of it and do a smaller video on the playoffs once the Swiss has been played, let me know. But yeah, I may just do it all in one go this time around. But we'll see if anybody comments and lets me know what they want to see. Actually, my predictions weren't too far off. My playoff predictions, of course. I think I got every series right in terms of the team that won in the quarterfinal. Like the top 8 finalists quarterfinals, and I think only one of those matches or one of those series I got wrong. I think I got 3 of them dead on right, and only one of them I think I was a game out. It was whatever the last one was. I can't remember what it was. Might have been GenG actually, or it might have been G2. Can't remember exactly. There's one of those teams involved, I know that much. And then obviously I had GenG losing to G2 in the semis, which did not happen. And then I had FaZe beating SSG. No, I had SSG beating FaZe, I think, which of course didn't happen either. I had a I had SSG G2 final, G2 winning it. Neither of those teams were in the final. So yeah, it kind of fell to pieces in the end. This game, nothing's really happened, has it? I mean, the whole game is nearly gone already. There's only a minute left, or just over a minute left, and it's still 0-0. I wouldn't say there's been crazy chances. That's a really good chance for Chronic there, actually, and he misses the shot. Whiffs the shot a little bit. I think he was really looking to get a lot of power behind that shot, but he ended up sort of scuffing it to the side. Didn't quite connect how he liked, or how he would have liked. See here, he just turns and goes. Chronic just turns and goes. He sees an opportunity, and again, he's going for the shot. He's just trying to disrupt the opposition all the time. You know, I think Appjack and Nolly have said, look, you need to play with no fear. Don't be nervous, play with no fear, because you're doing it, you can do it really well. You know, you're a fast player, fast mechanical player. Here, look, he's just going. And he actually redirects that towards the net. It's a great shot. But FaZe do save it. He's just one of those players that sees an opportunity and he needs to go. And I think every team needs that. I really do think every team needs a player that just goes for everything, no matter what. Because it really can put the opposition off. They're not going to expect you to go for it. I mean, here he's pre-jumping the shot before it even bounces off the backboard. And he would have put it on target. It wouldn't have a lot of power, and the FaZe player did save it. It's down for overtime. Yeah, every team needs this. You know, you're kind of Chronic kind of player. I think a lot of teams lack that sometimes. Teams can be a bit too hesitant. I think NA as a whole need a bit more of that in their region. I think that's why BDS was so successful, because they haven't got the prettiest play. Or Appjack nearly dunks it in. BDS haven't got the prettiest sort of looking play style, but they've got disruptors. You know, Seiko will just turn and go. Monkey Moon will just turn and go. More so Seiko now than Monkey Moon, I think. Let's see what Chronic can do here. Decides to leave that one and let the FaZe player give it straight back to the GenG players. Appjack's going to go for a ceiling pinch. It's not quite going to go in. Chronic's just going to try and dunk the FaZe player there. Again, it's a desperate attempt, but it's causing trouble, you know. And that's why it's so important sometimes just to turn and go when you see the opportunity, especially in 3v3. That's the game mode that you don't want to be just sat back, letting the opposition just pelt shots at you all the time, because you're not going to win. You're not going to win. You know, just go for the ball. If you see an opportunity, you got to have that one player that just goes for the ball and tries to cause problems for the other team. That's a good demo from the FaZe player, because Chronic was looking to dunk the FaZe defender there on his own goal line. Chronic just gets removed from the field before he can complete that. A minute and 23 into the overtime. FaZe not looking like they're causing enough problems, in my opinion. Bit of a fouled wall dash there from Chronic, but he stays behind the ball. Nolly's going to power that towards the goal. Not quite on target. Chronic momentarily on his own. He just gets a decent touch on that to take it to the corner. And then gets the clear on the follow-up shot from the FaZe player. missed is going to save that on his goal line. FaZe have a bit of time here. Actually, the ball goes out to Nolly, and Appjack rattles it off his crossbar, and it comes down, and FaZe players just aren't there. They're just not ready for these shots. They're just not ready to follow these shots back out. The shots that miss, they're not getting behind the ball quick enough to stop the follow-up shot. That's exactly what happened there. Nolly follows up, and it's an easy shot for him to win the overtime. FaZe needed that game. Now they're 2 games down, and they haven't scored a goal in this game. They've only scored 1 goal in this series. GenG have scored 8 at this point. So it's 8-1 in terms of goals overall. Not looking good for FaZe, and they're not looking like they're going to be scoring many goals either. Let's go into game 3 and see if they can get themselves more goals. Okay, game 3 between GenG and FaZe. NA full Invitational Grand Final. We're on board with the main man, apparently Jack. And the Fennec, who is looking very good in the Fennec, I might say. I think he honestly is a better player in the Fennec than the Octane. I remember a while ago when he was playing ones in the Fennec, he switched to, well, it was originally when he switched from the Octane to the Fennec, and I just thought he was just looking unstoppable. And since he's moved to NA, he's been using the Fennec, and in my eyes has been looking close to that sort of unstoppable player. In my eyes, he's not the greatest player in the Octane. He's still a good player, don't get me wrong, when he uses Octane. But he just looks that league above himself when he's in the Fennec over the apparently Jack Octane. And I think he should definitely stick with the Fennec all the time he's playing well. That's going to be a kick-off goal there to equalise it back up for FaZe. Bit of a weak kick-off there. And does apparently Jack turn the wrong way on kick-off? Yes, he does. And that's why they concede. If he turned towards goal, he would have probably saved it. No need to be cheating up the line there as third man. Turn towards your goal when you pick up the corner 100 boost, unless you're desperate for a goal, of course. But with only 30 seconds past, he didn't need to be turning up there. But he knows that. This is apparently Jack, he knows that. FaZe, at this point, looking to get back into the series. They've only scored 2 goals to GenG's 9 overall in the series so far. And their offensive threat just hasn't been as clinical as it usually is. FaZeKiller's usually the man who actually looks like he's in the Fennec for this game, I think, if I saw that correctly. He's usually the man that sort of causes all the problems offensively for the opposition, or defensively for the opposition, I should say. Not really in this series. I mean, no FaZe players are really looking like they're doing anything. That's a really good save from FaZeKiller. The ball was probably over halfway in there, it looked like. Somehow it's kept out. Nolly's going to try and take control here. It's a nice 50 to his teammate Chronic. And apparently Jack's just going to go. Look for the double, not quite. It's a bit too high for him to reach the ball. He's going to try and get a demo on missed here, and he does successfully. And it just cancels out any kind of counter-attack. And straight away, GenG on the counter-attack. It was a really decent play there. The shot, not too great. It was low and in the middle. Quite easy to save for the FaZe players who are all stacked up on the line together. Which is something we see quite a lot from FaZe. Maybe they are playing a bit too deep. And GenG are just going to keep coming forward and firing shots at them. And eventually they're going to get broken down, as we've seen in game 1. They were destroyed. Simple as that. I think FaZe needs to just get out to these balls a bit quicker and cause some more problems. Stop trying to play too perfect, NA. Stop trying to play too perfect. Cut rotations. Be a bit more scrappy. Play the game how you're not supposed to play. Because that's the way you're supposed to play it at this point. Okay, there's no clear rule to play this game at the moment, really, in FaZe. You've got to have some sort of rotation, of course, but you don't always have to go by the rotation book. Just cut rotations and cause problems. That's the main thing you want to do. If you've got the speed and the mechanics, just do it. Just do it. Good clear from apparently Jack, and Nolly's going to get a touch. You see how even Nolly is cutting rotation here. He's just cutting the play and making it awkward, or less easy for FaZe to follow up on the loose balls. Here, Appjack's just jumping from his own goal just to get a block. You know, even though he was third man. That's the way you got to play FaZe, I feel like, especially at RLCS level. I think if there are any teams that are struggling, like your NRGs, like your BDSs at the moment, and I'm not sure what the BDS's problem is, to be fair, but NRG in particular, just not aggressive enough in my opinion. they're not messy enough, you know. They're trying to play too cleanly, and Chronic actually misses an open net there. Yeah, but the NLG try and play too cleanly, and it's just not. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. It used to work. Don't get me wrong. They were brilliant at it at one point. But it doesn't work anymore. That's a great reset from apparently Jack, but not quite getting it on target or enough power down on target. The ball is read easily on the backboard there. GenG still looking as dangerous as ever. A little bit of a double commit, but it's not a dangerous one. It's a safe one. Apparently Jack still has plenty of boost to play with. He's going to get a nice dunk or block on Sypical. Sypical actually gets the dunk on him. FaZe still struggling for goals and still struggling for offensive pressure I should say. And that's an open net. It's a great infield pass to apparently Jack. Slots in the easy open net from behind the halfway line actually. That's 2-1 to GenG with 36 seconds remaining. Can FaZe get another kickoff goal here to tie the game back up? Sypical is going to look to air dribble it all the way. Oh, first killer gets a lucky double touch there. Double tap off the sidewall. I don't think he meant that. Don't think he meant that. I remember seeing that live and thought, yeah, that didn't look. I actually want to see it from his point of view because I didn't see it from his point of view originally. Where is he? Let's see how he actually scores this. Actually, he boosted. No, he meant that. He meant that. He boosted towards that way in the end. It was the bounce was fortunate, but you can't say it was all luck. Maybe he did try and place it in the open net. I think he probably did, but he did definitely boost to correct his car there to get the double tap. So yeah, it's not all luck. That was a bit harsh from me. I take it back. 15 seconds remaining from now. 2-2, and FaZe looking like they're on the attack. First killer's slowing the play down there, and I don't think that's the right play. Because GenG are just going to smother the ball. They're just going to keep smothering the ball. And their 50-50 game has been really strong so far, although it's a shot on target from FaZe there. Chronic was equal to it though, and it does go to overtime. The ball does die in the end. 2-2. And at overtime it is between GenG and FaZe, and GenG looking to close this game out quickly as possible. Already on the attack. It's a great bump from apparently Jack to stop the defender getting back there. Doesn't quite pay off in the end. There's no goal yet. Chronic is going to look to take this up the sidewall. Actually stays low with it, but Sypical reads it. Chronic's going to look for the infield here. It's apparently Jack is a little bit high. Jack's going to try and pop into the ceiling. He actually fakes it by running out of boost. Fakes out the defender, but his teammates aren't second to it, and they do not get to the ball quick enough. Jack's going to try and get a block here. Oh, it's a great save from Nolly on the goal line. And Nolly's had some really good saves so far in this series. Really good saves. He's been a brilliant player for GenG so far. It's a really good save again from Chronic. The goal line defense in this team is just unbelievable. You'd think if there was a player that was doing the goal line defense, it would be apparently Jack. So far it's Nolly and Chronic taking turns, making wonder saves, stopping the opposition getting a goal. That's a great infield pass from Nolly. Jack does get some power onto it, but it does get kind of blocked. Looked a bit laggy from the replay there. These infield passes from GenG are looking really dangerous because they're being hit with so much pace across the defender. The defender just can't reach it in time. And the offensive player is already there in position waiting for it. You know, they're so in tune, our GenG, and that's a really good save again. Pre-jump save from apparently Jack. 1 minute 43 has passed in this overtime, and it's still 2-2 of course. Hence why we're still in the overtime, obviously. Jack's going to pop this high. He's going to follow it up and try and get a double off the corner, which he does. It's not really a dangerous one though. Chronic again, trying to disrupt the FaZe counter attack. And he does so successfully, allows Jack to get back, who's now got 60 boost to play with. Nolly follows in and Jack follows him afterwards. As Nolly's looking for a redirect there. Down into the FaZe net, or maybe down into the path of his teammate. First going to get some great control and a great flick. Jack's almost trying to get the in-out save there. He doesn't quite need it because it comes off the crossbar. He's really struggling for boost. Oh, yeah, has found some pads. And the game slows down once again, and it's a great infield from Nolly to Chronic. Does get a little something on it, but not enough to be a dangerous shot on net against the FaZe team. Sypical looking to air dribble this out, take it past some players. He does so successfully, but Jack's going to take control. And now it's back in the half of GenG. Chronic's just going to power one down the field towards the FaZe net. Try and buy his team some time and to get some boost. 3 minutes have passed now. FaZe looking like they're getting into the game a bit more. It's a bit late. They're looking a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more offensive prowess going on. GenG are just beating them to the punch every time. And that's nearly a goal from Jack out of nothing, actually. Chronic looking for the pass there on the side wall, or the corner wall, I should say. Jack just spawns in, goes straight for the ball, disrupts the play immediately. And I've said Chronic is the main disruptor on this team, and I do stick by that, but I feel like GenG as a whole are just such a disruptive team. You know, they're not going to play the way you want them to play. They're going to cut you, they're going to cut rotations. That could be a goal from Jack. It's a really good shot and also a really good save from Mist, actually, on the goal line. Nice air dribbles there from First Killer to take it over 2 players. Jack gets a touch. It's going to be a shot from Mist, but it's not strong enough to beat Jack on the goal line. And that's a dangerous pass to the middle, but the FaZe players just aren't there quick enough. And Jack's on the ball again. He's all over the ball at the moment. He's stopping some really crucial shots here from FaZe. And it's keeping his team in the game. 4 minutes now passed. Over 4 minutes passed. Jack's looking to loft the ball upfield. Gets a half decent shot on net. It's going to be an easy save. Chronic's looking to follow up. And he gets a lovely second touch. The time ends on 4:20. Of course it does. It's a brilliant goal from Chronic. We're going to watch it from his point of view. I think he takes it out the wall and gets a nice little pre-flip here with plenty of boost to play with. There's the pre-flip. And then just keeps on boosting into the ball, and the FaZe defense is just nowhere. They're all sat on the goal line queuing up, taking turns. Get to the ball, FaZe. Just get to the ball. Easy said than done. Great setup for Chronic there, and the FaZe defense just weren't expecting it. Simple as that. Now, that was game 3. Game 4 is next. Game 4 then, between GenG and FaZe, and back on board with Nolly for this game. I may flick between all GenG players. We'll see. If there's any crazy goal scored, when we'll have a look at them, we'll go back and look. Jack gets a not so crazy goal there off kickoff. It's quite a simple one for him. Good kickoff from GenG. Failed kickoff from FaZe. And no players even back to defend the second shot from Jack, to be honest. I mean, you'd expect someone to be back by that point. Can only assume they cheated the wrong way. Good demo from Nolly there. Absolutely fearless play. Stops the counter attack completely, takes the sting out of FaZe's attack, and that's what GenG is so good at doing to every team they play. Even when the opposition looking like they're on top, looking like they're going to score, GenG just take the sting out of the play, you know, they just take all the fun out of it for the opposition. They're like, no, it's our ball. It's our ball, and you're not going to score. We're going to win. That's the mentality they've got. It's their ball, and it's their game. Great pinch pass there from Nolly. Don't know whether he meant it or not, but it worked. Did go straight to Chronic. And Nolly now being the disruptor on GenG by the looks of it. Although he is struggling for boost a little bit, but he's going to dive at this. Calls the FaZe player to go quickly. And even though it might look like a misplay from Nolly there, missing the ball, the fact that he's gone quickly to the ball, it makes the FaZe player make a play. And it makes him make a play where he can't actually take a shot, so he has to take it to the opposition corner, and it allows Nolly's teammates to get in position and pick up some boost, and that is a brilliant double touch from Chronic. We're going to go and watch that one back. Where is he? There he is. Sets himself up so nicely here off the backboard, and look at the adjustment there on the car. And he just sneaks it on Mist's near post. Mist ain't going to be happy with that one. You shouldn't be getting conceded on your near post like that. Didn't expect the accuracy from Chronic clearly, but either way, never want to get beat on your near post. Never. Nonetheless, it's a brilliant shot from Chronic, not taking anything away from him there. Defending wasn't great, but the shot was really good at the same time. And so far, it's looking like FaZe are just done. It's like they've had enough. I mean, they're just sitting so deep. You know, sometimes, yes, they have great goal line defense, or last ditch defense, but sometimes you just got to get out to the ball and disrupt a little bit more. Do what GenG are doing, you know, do it back. Try and do it back. Even if you can't do it as well as them, just try at least. Stop sitting so far back. It's a really good bump from Mist there to set up First Killer. Or was that Typical? It may have been Typical that scored that. It was Typical. Yeah, good air dribble bump there from Mist to open up the net for his teammate. Chronic looking for a flip reset there, but his car just sort of slammed into the ground. I'm not sure what that was, but Jack does follow up and get a goal for himself. Another goal for himself, I should say, and it's 3-1. FaZe get their goal, but immediately it's cancelled out. That's a really good fake kick-off, and it's nearly a really good goal from the fake kick-off as well. Such fast passing, infield passing from GenG. They're so in sync with each other. And in my opinion, I mean, obviously this video, as I'm recording it, is pre-EU full Invitational. But right now, GenG are looking like the best team in the world. It just looks so dangerous. It's a really good shot there from Reciprocal to follow up after the demo. Recognises that his teammate is going for the demo and he gets a nice shot for himself and it goes into the net to make it 3-2. Yeah, as I was saying, I feel like GenG are just the team to beat at the moment. Out of any team. I think over in EU it's a little bit messy at the moment, as always with EU. There's no clear-cut top seed or EU top seed. I think Carmine Corp probably looking the most dangerous team. Quadrant certainly have a shout. Looking like a really dangerous team. They do the disruption sort of play very well as well, do Quadrant. Carmine Corp just have that edge, or had that edge over them last time they played. Moist's not really looking like the Moist that we know. They're still a great team, but not the best. BDS as well. Really not looking like their usual selves. But this is EU, and EU is just not predictable. It's harder to predict than NA, in my opinion, because you've got the likes of Oxygen that everyone thought was going to be blasting EU away, who didn't even make top 8 last regional. So we'll see how this next weekend or this following weekend goes for the EU side of things. Minute and 15 left, and GenG looking comfortable still, despite there only being a 1-goal lead, but they are 3 series up, of course, and they have already qualified for the major, so they don't really need to do much here, but a sweep would be nice. I'm sure they definitely want the sweep in the final against FaZe. They're definitely not letting their foot off the gas here. FaZe looking for a bump, but it's just not enough. There's not enough sting, there's not enough aggression, it's not, the timing of it's just not right, and that's a really good goal for Chronic. Sets Nolly up for the easy goal in the end. Probably the easiest goal of Nolly's life. 40 seconds remaining, and it's looking like the series is all done. That's an easy sweep for GenG, honestly. Watching this back from the player's point of view, it looks even easier. I mean, when I watched it live, I thought that was a bit embarrassing for FaZe. It was just so easy for GenG, you know. And looking from the player's point of view, even though they're bumping each other, it really just doesn't look like they really broke a sweat that much, to be honest. It's been some great defending, great last-ditch defending from GenG, don't get me wrong, but I think they would love an easy series like this every time they play, honestly. It's not going to be the case though when they come up against some of the EU teams at the major, and the NA teams. The NA teams always turn up at the major. Anyway, that's the series over. It's an easy sweep for GenG. Simple as that, really. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like, leave a comment, do subscribe to the channel. I want to bring out more videos like this one. I also am going to be doing predictions again soon, as soon as the sheet, the spreadsheet is out. As far as I know, it's not been released yet, so I'll wait for that, and then I'll do my predictions. I also am thinking about doing a top 25 players list pre-major, and I'll probably do post-major as well. But let me know if you want to see that. I'm not sure whether I should do like a top 10 NA, top 10 EU sort of thing. Yeah, I'll probably just do a top 25 sort of worldwide, because then I can involve every sort of region then. Anyway, I appreciate you all clicking on the video. Everyone that has clicked on this video, consider leaving a like. Comment, it's great to interact with the people that are watching my videos, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I have a few more ideas for this week. So far I'm really enjoying YouTube. Obviously I'm quite new, I've only been doing it for 2 weeks, but I do really appreciate the people that are clicking on my videos, especially the returning viewers. You are very much appreciated, and I do see you. Thank you very much, and I will see you all soon.